our beloved viewers, welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. The MENFOP organized the framework of a celebration of Francophonie. And on the international scenes, Palestine holds Israel responsible for possible war crimes in Gaza. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. Within the framework of the Francophonie celebration, which lasted for 2 weeks, the Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, in cooperation with the French Embassy in Djibouti and the International Organization of Francophonie, the Great Spelling Competition in French language and papers of the People's was held at the People's Palace. The competition launch ceremony was held in the presence of the Secretary General of the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mohamed Abdallah Mahyoub, the first consulars of the French Embassy, Regional Director of the Francophonie in Africa, in addition to the Inspector Generals of Education, the Directors of Education, and other guests. In her speech, the representative of the International Organization of Francophonie emphasized the remarkable commitment of the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, but also the French Embassy in Djibouti, which they made a great effort and strong mobilization to make the competition successful. With the approach of the Eid al-Fitr and its customary during the holidays, the national police carry out large-scale operations to rescue the main markets of the countries, especially in Mohammed Harbi Square's markets, which witness a large influence of peoples during this period buying Eid Fitr clothing. This step came under the guidance of General Director of National Police Foundation, but also the National Police continue these security measures and regulate traffic throughout this period, whether in Mohammed Harbi squares or centers that sell Eid clothing. Moreover, since the beginning of the blessment of Ramadan, members of the National Police have been present in front of all major mosques to ensure the safety of worshippers who came to perform prayers.
كحصلوا عداوها مدعى عريزات النينو بوليس عندك النينو يمر المراك النينو يا غتا يا دوريتم يا غتا يا دوريتم يا غتا يا دوريتم يا غتا يا دوريتم سر مال تحري سواسي ومن كاكليو مدعى عريزات النينو بوليس عندك حقلتا يقصى ساريجي عاريجي ويس سري حقلتا قبل ما نكوكلو سولكو باريلاو سولكو باريلاو يقصى ساريجي عاريجي ويس سري حقلتا يقصى ساريجي عاريجي ويس سري حقلتا قبل ما نكوكلو سولكو باريلاو سولكو باريلاو.
In a speech, the Lieutenant Abditon Khader Hassan on an interventions officials indicate that the security personnel are securing the markets and main arteries of the country, whether in Mohammed Harbi squares or center that sells Eid clothing, and the police national continues the security measure and regulate traffic throughout the period of Ramadan. The National Association of Local Authorities of Djibouti, known as the INCLD, founds its roots in the historic turning point of 2016 market by the end of the second terms of Regional Municipal Council. Let us listen for our colleague Dini Musa.
Created in compliance with national legislation including the law of July 1st, 1901 and the decree of August 16, 1901, the ANCLD is part of a dynamic of solidarity and consultation between the country's local authorities. Its emergence testifies to a common desire to promote harmonious and sustainable development throughout the Djiboutian territory. In response to the growing needs of local authorities in the evolution of the political and administrative landscape, the ANCLD asserts itself as an essential actor in promoting the well-being of all local communities. The primary mission of the ANCLD is to establish solid links of solidarity between the different local authorities of Djibouti. By promoting collaboration and mutual assistance between these entities, it creates an environment conducive to cooperation in the collective resolution of local challenges. At the same time, the association is committed to actively contributing to improving living conditions at the local level. By identifying the priority needs of communities and implementing concrete initiatives, it works to develop territories and strengthen the well-being of populations.
L'ANCLD étant l'Association nationale des collectivités locales de Djibouti.
The National Association of Local Authorities of Djibouti was created in 2016, but it has been effective since 2018. So it is an umbrella association which was created on the basis of Law 1901. It brings together the 5 regions of the interior of the country, plus the 3 communes of Djibouti and the town hall too. And its objective, as its name suggests, is the promotion and links of solidarity between regions and municipalities and the town hall, to strengthen the capacities of communities, whether regional or municipal. Since its creation, we have carried out a lot of activities, but above all, we have been able to establish links, partnerships, and sign agreements with the different institutions of Djibouti. It is to its advantage that allows this institution to move forward, and all that we seek throughout the establishment of these institutions and these networks is to be able to enable the communities of Djibouti, recalling that nevertheless, decentralization is emerging in Djibouti, and we want to lay the foundation so that regional councils, councils of communes, regions, and town halls can all really flourish. At the heart of the ANCLD's work lies a deep commitment to civil society. In partnership with internationally re-owned organizations such as the European Union and the International Association of Francophone Mayors, the ANCLD implements innovative projects aimed at encouraging citizen participation in governments and local development. These ambitious initiatives, including a series of capacity-building programs intended to empower local stakeholders to actively participate in decision-making processes and the implementation of local projects, with a view to broadening its horizons and consolidating its international partnerships. The ANCLD recently took a new step by signing decentralized cooperation agreements on October 11, 2023 with the National Association of Communes of Benin. These agreements aim to promote the sharing of experience and the revitalization of the 2 umbrella organizations in the communes of Benin and Djibouti.
Bon, par rapport aux actions réalisées, nous avons réalisé
We have carried out a lot of actions, such as strengthening the capacity of local elected officials and territorial executives, which have been achieved. Then there are also many local development projects which are carried out by European Union associations in collaboration with AMF on European Union funding, and many actions in terms of the environment, in terms of youth, and etc. There's an association which is carrying out an electrification project. There's an association too. It has elected officials in the Tajara region who work on the issue of the environment, and also in Dikhil we had the Ukal Association, which created a media library, and also the association to support agricultural procedures. So in relation to the impact, already we see that in relation to the project of building the village, we see the local population who are very happy because this project allows them both, even for the children to revise their lessons, at the same time also for the parents, it gives them a few opportunities to work and promote their traditional projections, for example promoting craftsmanship. Projects implemented by ANCLD have a significant impact on local communities across the country. By strengthening the capacities of local stakeholders and promoting citizen participation, these initiatives help to energize communities and improve their resilience in the face of socio-economic challenges. From the north in Anduli to the south in Mulut, by involving civil society, these projects have been virtual, aiming to directly improve the living conditions of local populations. Before this project, we lived in darkness, which severely limited our activities after dark. Our children were unable to study properly, and daily course became tedious. However, since we have benefited from these lights, our houses have lights, and we also have chargers for our phones. The light provided by this project has opened up new opportunities for us, and our children can now pursue their studies in better conditions. Before, the lack of light hampered our ability to practice our crafts after dark. Finally, we would like to express our deep gratitude to all those who have successfully implemented this project. Of ANCLD projects goes far beyond the borders of local authorities, thus contributing significantly to sustainable development and improving the well-being of the Djiboutian population.
It was yesterday, Friday, 5 April 2024, the second evening of the 11th edition of prestigious National Qassaid competition began on Friday evening at the People's Palace in a paid performance halls after its launch 1 day earlier under the patronage of the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo Momin Assoui. The first evening of this event was marked by the enthusiasm and participation of 21 groups representing the cultural richness and diversity of communities that make up our nation. On the second evening, a total of 21 other groups competed, an unprecedented record of 42 troops competing in this competition, showcasing traditional religious song. This exceptional cultural gathering organized each year at the end of the blessment of Ramadan, and so the presence of principals advisors, Mr. Idris Musa, the Director Cultural, Ms. Fatouma Abdi, and senior official of the Ministry of Youth and Culture, as well as the guests from honor representative of civil society.
اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه سيدنا محمد عليه السلام اللهم صل
وسلم سراوكعني أنو كما مارمك واوي نبيك ماليني يوهابي مرسل كي مكو مدحيقا جيبا منكي لا تاقي
ألف صلاة والسلام على خير خلق الله ألف صلاة والسلام ألف صلاة والسلام.
In our sports news, the sponsored by the State Secretary for Sport, the National Table Tennis Federation, organized in cooperation with the Zabel Sports Association and National Agency for People with Special Need, the Federation organized the first Ramadan tournament for people with special need. In this first Ramadan tournament, include about 42 people with special need and 7 girls, holding the first Ramadan tournament for the people with special need, which is an important step to integrate and promote sports among people with special need. The Federation is committed to mobilizing its reefers and executive ensure the smooth running of the tournament, demonstrate its dedication and cause of inclusion and provision. And now in Tajura region, the health associations raised an awareness on Friday on two aspects to advise pregnant women and conservations of a traditional peel water tank, native language. The pregnant woman is a risk of abortions to use which are suffering from anemia. For the woman is a risk of abortions to use the guarantee health of a population. The awareness raising took place in the village of 13 kilometers from Tajura. The team in charge was none other than the president of the association, Ms. Momina Bouh, and professions in the midwife to Tajura Hospital, accompanied by the executive committee and also employed in the association that emphasize the importance of health in general, especially the pregnant woman. And now moving on to the international scenes in Palestine, the United Nations Human Rights Council announced on Friday that it had adopted a resolution calling for blaming the Israeli occupation responsibility for possible war crimes in Gaza. Yesterday, Friday, the United Nations Humanitarian Rights Council began discussing a draft resolution submitted by Pakistan to stop sales of weapons to the Israeli occupation because of its war on Gaza Strip. The Palestinian delegate to the Human Rights Council said, "We call on you to pass the draft law to stop the ongoing genocide against the people of Palestine in Gaza Strip." This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.